The New York Knicks picked up a very questionable win tonight, as in the fourth quarter we ended up getting outscored 43 to 28. If you do the math, at the end of the third quarter, 28 plus 24 plus 30, that's 82. And then the Knicks had 30 in the first, 40 in the second, 41 in the third. That's going to be 111. So it was 111 to 82 going into the fourth quarter. Ended up being 139 to 125. I mean, the Knicks through those first three quarters played some of their best ball of the year. They weren't exactly red hot on offense, but their defense transitioned into it. And that's why, again, you saw 111 heading into the fourth quarter. It was all just off of turnovers and then knocking down some timely threes. Overall, the Knicks shot 45.9% from three, 59% from the field. Offense has not been the issue for the Knicks this season, but of late, they've been getting it done on both sides, and it's been a beautiful thing to see. 14 turnovers, which was a large reason why the Raptors were able to come back. RJ Barrett, we played him a few times since, of course, he was traded over to Toronto. He had a pretty good game, 23 points, 7 of 13. Noah Emmanuel quickly still kind of unfortunate, man. Looking forward to seeing him play. One of my favorite Knicks within the past couple of seasons. But this game was dictated through Karl-Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. OG had arguably his best game as a Knick. I know he had 40 against Denver a month or so ago, but 31 points, 7 boards on 13 of 15 shooting. Of course, OG just a pest defensively. He's been locking up some of the best players in the league. I mean, even when a shot isn't on, he's just contributed so much to this Knicks team. Karl-Anthony Towns goes out there and had a bounce back game, was in foul trouble the last one against the Pelicans. He gets 31 points and 10 rebounds. When Cat only has 10 boards, it's just so confusing. He's averaging about 14 a game, which is pretty crazy. Mikal Bridges has been finding his shot, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 14 points. Jalen Brunson was off. At one point, he was, I think, 0 of 6 from the field and then 0 of 3 from the free throw, and he finishes with 12 points and 7 boards. Josh Hart had a good game, 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Definitely lower for what he's been doing this season, but I thought he played well from the eye test. And I did have the 3 turnovers, too. Brunson had 3 turnovers, so the Knicks need to cut that down. And then off of the bench, Landry Shamet ended up making his Knicks return. Remember, he was with us in the preseason, got injured, and then was waived. And then, of course, I told you guys for like months now that when he ended up being healthy enough, the Knicks would bring him back. He played a minute and scored, hit a little, 15-footer type of shot fadeaway. Miles McBride had 12 points off of the bench, 19 from Cameron Payne, which I believe is his Knicks high. I think it was 17 prior to this. Preston Chu at 5 points in 22 minutes. Bench scoring is going to be huge for the Knicks. We know our starters are going to get about 100 every single night. Like tonight, for example, we got 14 from Bridges. We got 31 from both OG and Cat. Brunson had 12, and then Hart had 11, so that's 99, so 1 point below. But the Knicks are going to get that every night. If the bench can just be average, even slightly below average, the Knicks are going to be perfectly fine. And tonight, the bench was more than what it needed to be, man. The bench was really good tonight. I will say, though, from a plus and minus standpoint, not amazing, but just from a scoring standpoint, they did well. But campaign, 4 of 7 from 3, McBride 2 of 4, so that certainly helped. But I am excited to see Shamet get more minutes, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what the Knicks rotation looks like when they're fully healthy, when Mitch comes back at the end of next month, hopefully, because first it was December, then it was January, then it was end of January, so going to need Mitch back here. But the Toronto Raptors, I mean, they shot the ball well, 54.5% from the field, 39 from 3. Just that fourth quarter, they couldn't miss. It almost seemed like they were going to come back. I think they got it to 10 to one point. I was getting pretty concerned. I mean, especially because it wasn't like the Knicks just cleared the bench in the fourth quarter. I mean, they did with a minute, 19 left, but the Knicks were playing their guys. And you look at their plus and minus, it's still pretty crazy how high they are, just given the fact that the differential in the fourth quarter. But you look at the last game against the Pelicans, the Knicks picked up a win. Brunson's probably best game of the year, down 13 late in that. They find a way to get it done. The Wolves game was definitely our best win of the season, just because of the amount of firepower we had defensively. Did a good job. That was a fun one. Our last loss was December 11th, so 12 days ago. When you guys are watching this, maybe 13 days ago, kind of depends. I'm making this 10:19 p.m. I'm back on the East Coast, so man, these games are late, bro. Like over in Texas, hour behind, so I guess it's just an hour, but still, Knicks games getting over past 10, man. Feeling like an old man, getting older. But the next game is going to be Christmas Day for those of you that celebrate it against the San Antonio Spurs at noon. I always hate how we get the first game. It's just so annoying. Why can't we get the night game? I get it's the Spurs, but still, the Knicks, I think next season will not have. Maybe it just actually might be because of being in New York City. I'm sure a West Coast team has the late game, but still, man, noon's just the most unideal time. That's when everything's going on in that holiday. And then yeah, it's just the Knicks are on, so you got to watch the Knicks. And obviously, like, I don't know what you guys do for Christmas. I go to a couple of different places, but at noon I'm always over at my grandma's, and I feel bad because I'm just sitting in the living room watching the Knicks. Everyone else is just socializing, but man, I don't like to miss games, so yeah, gotta do what I gotta do. After that, Friday night Knicks against the Magic. Saturday, actually a back to back at Washington. Monday is at Washington as well. So I mean, this schedule is pretty soft. Like the Spurs, I think they're like a 500 team. The Spurs are 15 and 14, so a game over 500. Obviously, the Magic, we played them a couple of times. We played them twice, and we've beaten them both. They're pretty good. They're without their best player in Paolo Banchero. Washington's the worst team in the league. We have their pick, top 10 protected, so we won't be seeing that, sadly. And that's why we're not even probably going to bother trading it. It's just worth nothing. And then Wednesday is a revenge game against Utah after probably our worst loss of the year. It was in, of course, Salt Lake City. I don't know, maybe it was the air or something. That was just an embarrassing loss. Friday at OKC should be a fun one. Saturday, revenge game at Chicago after Josh Hart committed a very lackadaisical foul and Kobe White fouled his hair. Remember that game? We almost came back down like 30. At least 30. It would have been close to a Knicks franchise record. And then Monday is going to be versus Orlando. 4 games against the Magic already is pretty crazy, but time's flying by. I mean, guys, we're approaching the end of December here. I mean, the Knicks have been playing basketball for 2 months. Like, it's just like our first game was against the Celtics in TD Garden, October 22nd. Actually, they have been playing for 2 months. Time is just flying, man. That's the thing is the season feels like an eternity when you're a kid, but then you get older, the game's just boom, 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 boom. Life just it's just in fast motion. You know, it's at a 1.25x speed or something, but or a 2x speed probably more likely. But yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. Smash the like button. Knicks Daily, man. I apologize for not having gotten out a video after the Pelicans. Unfortunately, because I'm back on the East Coast, I can't pull up League Pass and like rewatch a game or just watch it in general. In Texas, I can do that, but it's blacked out now. Again, now that I'm back here, so yeah, that's kind of the thing is, if there's a game on a Friday night, I try my best to be there, but sometimes I'm busy, like social, like with a social thing or something, or like with my girl or something. So hate missing Knicks games, but sometimes I do. That was just one of the rare times where I did, and I can't go back and watch it because again, it's blacked out. But and maybe I could get the MSG Sports app or something, but I don't know. It is what it is. The Knicks won. Brunson had 39. They came back down 13. I did like hear about it from Mike Breen, but still, yeah, I'm out.